Welcome to another episode of Ruff VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. Welcome to another edition of VR News. There's not as much on the agenda, it seems, to talk about, but that's never really slowed us down before. Sometimes it feels like the weeks that we have a whole bunch of stuff, we just plow through it. And then a day like today, maybe we can marinate in the thoughts a little bit more.
Marinate.
Ferment. Sometimes I like the term ferment.
Yeah, ferment's a good one.
Let the ideas and the discussion ferment. And to kick it off, a game that was announced several months ago, but, now we officially have a release date, Arizona Sunshine 2, the follow-up, obviously, to Arizona Sunshine, made by Vertigo Games. This is kind of like the spiritual start to After the Fall. Arizona Sunshine, it's dated at this point in time, I would say, graphically and gameplay time, but for its time, like when we first got our Quest headsets,
still holds up.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's not as polished as After the Fall, but unlike After the Fall, which is kind of these, up to 4-person co-op
Totally
runs.
different. I don't,
Yeah, Arizona Sunshine was story-based.
Different game, man.
But it's a spiritual predecessor.
Just graphically, I get a different vibe in After the Fall.
And After the Fall, again, was these co-op runs, whereas Arizona Sunshine was story-based campaign, but you could play it co-op. And Arizona Sunshine 2 was announced several months ago, and people were wondering, is this still going to be co-op? At the time, all we had was a cinematic trailer, so that's cool, but that doesn't show the game.
Doesn't answer the questions.
No, and now they came out and they announced a release date and put out a trailer with apparently some gameplay, but too good to be true, if you ask me. That's got to be PC VR, PlayStation VR 2. No way that'll be on Quest 3.
I don't see why it couldn't.
Oh, it looks so good.
It looked pretty tight.
So the trailer looked good. It looked fun. You got a dog. There's some frying pan whacking action. I hope they don't kill the dog based off of what I saw in one scene. But the game's going to come out December 7th, and it will have co-op. So that's huge. And again, the trailer looked really good. That's too good to be true.
It looked good enough that even if it was single player, I'd still have no problem playing it.
Yeah, but a co-op story-based game?
I'm just saying.
Let's go.
It looked good enough that me and my dog, we got it.
Yeah.
I hope we don't find out that the co-op is one of you is the dog.
No, my big fear is that one of you replaces the dog. I don't want to replace the dog. I want us to both play, and we also have one dog. That would be
Could be one of those be careful what you wish for when you want co-op.
Because then it gets harder too.
Well, no, because maybe you want to use the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always been a struggle when you lose a companion character by getting your cooperative or your teammate in. It's always like, damn, do I want to play co-op now or do I want my teammates, But nonetheless, so the game's going to come out December 7th with co-op. Looks really good.
Right around the corner.
A month and a week away, basically. Yeah. It comes so fast. So that's...
Nothing says the holidays like killing zombies.
Yeah, and it's going to be available, PSVR 2, Quest, I was going to say Quest 3, but Quest headsets. So that's a big title. I'm excited
Quest
for
3 if you got it.
Yeah, I just hope we get more gameplay shown soon. Like another game coming out. We talked last week about all these games coming out in November. But the episode wasn't like formally the topic. It was just coincidentally there were a bunch of games coming out in November with trailers that had just come out that we talked about. But there were some other November releases coming up that we even missed that I'll touch on today, like Vampire the Masquerade Justice. That's coming out November 2nd. And, the trailer for that game looks great. But they just put out a 4-minute PlayStation VR 2 walkthrough, which you were a little like, hey, I don't want to watch that because, you don't want any...
I won't watch it.
Because strategy looks very big in that game. Even in the regular trailer, like the 1-minute trailer from the Quest Showcase, back in, whatever month that was, you can tell strategy and playstyle is huge in it. So yeah, you're like 4 or 5 minutes of walkthrough. No, that's going to spoil too much to me.
I'll watch. The only trailer I watch is the one that
like they put out as a trailer,
with
like a 1 minute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't want any walkthroughs and fuck you. It's for real. Right from the get go.
And that one's
It's like, come on, man.
That one's fast travel games. But on the other hand, I would like to see, 3, 4, or 5 minutes of raw gameplay of Arizona Sunshine 2, only because it's too good to be true to me. Whereas I believe everything that I've seen about the Masquerade Justice. Yeah, you don't like spoilers at all.
No,
you like to go in so
you know
fresh.
why? Because, and it's like, and I hate saying it, but even some games that are proven victories, like I Expect You to Die series, a fucking trailer for I Expect You to Die is like, I guarantee if you look deep, there'll be some spoilers in there.
Well, yeah, it was funny.
And there's no way around it. It's like
during our review of I Expect You to Die 3, there was one spot that we were so on the fence about talking about, and we ended up being like, if you don't want to hear it, skip forward a minute.
Close your ears for 30 seconds.
And then I watched the gameplay trailer as I was overlaying it in the background of the video and the editing, and I'm like, whoa, they show that part.
There it is.
In the trailer. You even told me you almost hit me up, and you were like, dude, you're showing spoilers.
Yeah.
In the video, what are you doing? But then you're like, oh my God, that's the trailer that they...
Yeah, I thought that was our in-game footage.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
It was just funny. It was funny. So we're very...
so it's like...
over the top.
I get
careful.
the sensitivity with what you can show in a trailer, but I like, actual game footage. I don't want, multi-computer enhanced, unrealistic footage. But at the same time, I don't want secrets revealed. And a lot of games, they have secrets. And
correct. The only reason with Arizona Sunshine 2, I want gameplay footage, just raw gameplay footage, is because my mind is so blown off of what's shown. I'm like, can't be.
I like what they've done.
They got me hyped.
I would encourage them not to release a damn thing more.
Just let us bite at the nails.
To use your word, let that all ferment for the next 1 month and 1 week, and then boom. I mean, it's Arizona Sunshine's a proven success for so you're going to have all those carryovers who are going to get excited, and then you're going to have a whole batch of new people who are going to get it because they just got headsets or they're new Quest 3 owners. They're going to be like, I want to see this game the best I can.
Yeah, that's a great game for people just getting headset for Christmas. I mean, it's coming out December 7th, so...
Again, nothing says the holidays for your young ones like killing zombies. And from what we've seen, and you were saying, the zombies are all going to be the same style every single time.
Yeah, I saw some YouTubers that got some access to it some months ago, and they played like 45 minutes or something like that, and they were like, hey, I know it's not the whole game, but in that time... I didn't see too much of the same zombie twice. Okay. And even that's pretty impressive because there's plenty of these zombie games that...
Whapping them with the frying pan, though.
Okay, I don't know if that was like a post-processing effect that they put into the video, but just
sound?
the haptic feedback. Yeah, you could tell that there was like... Yeah. I don't know. It felt smooth. I even commented...
What a cast iron pan, man.
I looked at you right away because we just rewatched it before the episode just to stay fresh on things. It's good to do, right? And we hit that part, and I was like, that looks so smooth. That's how smooth it is in the game, dude, it's going to be so fun. I'll run around Melee while you're shooting people behind me,
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so December
right around
7th,
the corner.
And then I referenced, before Vampire the Masquerade Justice, coming out from Fast Travel Games, November 2nd. So this week. That's big. I'm excited.
Graphics look nice. The theme seems like they've nailed it. So
I'm pretty sure this is an in-house fast travel game. We always, especially this first half of the year, fast travel was out of control.
Fast travel will get it there fast.
Their publishing wing is incredible. They do a great job. Hats off to them.
They're good at what they do.
Give a really good platform for indie developers to actually get their games out. In some cases completed. Huge props to the fast travel publishing wing, but they also make their own games in-house too. So both sides of fast travel always delivers. That's one of those studios. It's like Vertigo Games with Arizona Sunshine 2. Beyond Arizona Sunshine 2 being a proven title, Vertigo Games comes out with a new game, a new IP.
It's good.
I'm grabbing it. I'm pretty confident in it. And
Vertigo's legit.
Fast Travel has that same thing. There's a title coming out from Fast Travel. I'm pretty confident on it, even without even seeing anything. So I'm excited for Vampire the Masquerade Justice, this week. We didn't watch the...
Get to be a vampire.
No, we didn't watch the gameplay walkthrough, though. You were
apex predator.
You were anti it, and I agree with it. So we'll go in fresh on that, and I'm so excited to give that a go. I remember that series, Vampire the Masquerade, one of the games, I think it was Bloodlines, back in my days of heavy MMO gaming as a youngster. It had such a cult following. Like people in the guilds that I would be in, they would always, it doesn't matter the game I played, the guild I was in.
Who doesn't want to be a vampire?
There's going to always be a couple people playing
you
Bloodlines.
live forever. You just got to eat.
So huge props
hunger.
To both.
I need fucking blood.
Yeah.
I need to feed.
See, I don't know enough about this because I never got into Bloodlines. In this game, am I going to be a vampire? Am I going to be killing vampires?
In Masquerade? No,
Yeah.
You're the vampire.
Hell
bro.
yeah. Let's go.
And if I'm correct, and who knows until I really get into the game, is going to be like there's multiple ways that you can take to kill people. But yeah, there's one where I'm pretty sure you have the ability to go full blown invisible as long as you haven't been detected. But it says your hunger you'll need to eat sooner than later. So just that and alone, it's like, yeah, man, you need to feed.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
Well, I'm curious how they're going to put a good spin on it, because obviously you're not going through the neighborhood just feeding on, people, I would assume, just like a full-blown crazy lunatic. So, I mean, how are they going to spin it so it's okay to be the vampire eating?
And since I'm trying to go into this one pretty fresh, it's like I remember Bloodlines was an RPG. That's why it had such a cult following, because of replayability, different endings, different choices. I don't know. I don't know how to define this game yet. Is it like a story-based narrative game? Is there going to be character creation? Are you a pre-made character? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's more of the story-based.
We'll have the answers soon.
Well, November 2nd, right around the corner.
Get ready to be a vampire. How bomb would it have been if they came out December 31st, though?
Ooh, here's the thing, though. You want to be out before Christmas. You do.
I get it. No, I'm sorry, October 31st. I'm an idiot. I said December.
Because of
December
Halloween.
31st. No, October. No, if I come out on Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been the great thing if you ask me. I mean, for a game like that.
Not to hold it longer, but Ghostbusters could have done the same thing.
A nice Tuesday release. Well, to kind of go into that, that there's a couple games that came out last week, including Ghostbusters VR.
Ghostbusters.
In full disclosure, we haven't hopped in yet.
We have not.
We haven't gotten keys, and that's not why we haven't hopped in. It's not like if we don't get keys, we won't play a game. It's not like that at all. It's just that there's such a backlog of games that we are like reviewing. So we haven't gotten to it yet. But
I've always had the attitude if someone gives us keys, I'm going to put precedence over one that I bought.
That's what's going on.
So
yes, that's 100% what's going on. But we will eventually get to it. But as an outsider looking in, I mean, this might be controversial release of the year. I've seen some people say they absolutely love it. It's a fun co-op loop. Seeing some people really, really drag it down, say some very negative things as well. So it's like, ooh, it seems like either a love it or hate it situation.
I've come to a common theme that I've heard from likers of it and haters of it, though.
What's that?
The replayability of wanting to keep going back in, even with your chosen friends, is not as robust as you would, or not as meaningful as you would hope. So
yeah,
but that's I mean,
I got to experience it myself.
Just came out too, so it's like I don't know how you can get sick of something in like an hour.
Yeah, I got
2 hours. So I mean,
I got to check it out myself. It won't be tomorrow, won't be next week or anything like that. But when we get to it, you'll hear my thoughts. But it's been a controversial release.
Might not get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, full honesty, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the future too. It's like, I'm sorry, but
there's so much coming
a lot
out
on the plate, man.
We talked about some really heavy releases last week, like Assassin's Creed Nexus coming out November 16th.
That's a big one.
Iron Strike coming out the same day, November 16th. There were so many releases coming out in November. We were even saying these games should delay or
a November to remember.
Yeah, and then Asgard's Wrath 2 coming out in December, which we don't need keys for. We're getting that for free. Because not for free.
No, I got it for $649.
Yes, we're getting that
99 cents
as part of
plus
our
state tax at 6.25.
Mm-hmm. And
I got nothing for free.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we already got that game secured. So I get what you're saying. This end of the year is stacked,
dude. That game better kick ass because you bundled that or incentivized it. So
quite heavily.
I'm going to assume it is so freaking polished.
I'm
and
hoping so.
I'm banking that this is when we all get to actually play it. It's probably going to be the best representation of what the Quest 3 can do at that moment in time.
Yes.
And hence the whole reason they're putting it with.
If any game should have an optimized Quest 3 build, it's Asgard's Wrath 2. It would make no sense for it to not. And I agree, you bundle it with the headset. That thing should be...
You're putting a big seal on that baby. So
hell yeah. And then
exciting.
Another game that came out last week that I haven't really hopped into too much. You're hooked on it. You freaking love it. You know, man, I wasn't expecting it, but puzzle game of the year just got more intense. The Seventh Guest came out last week, and it's getting really, really good reception.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure we'll both end up talking about it, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'll say that it's exceeded my expectations. The production value that they put into it is kind of blown me away. And the puzzles that they're making me do are like 1,000,000 times harder than I would have thought.
Mm-hmm. And it's another Vertigo Games one, and that's where you see
freaking great. I mean,
you were telling me the graphics. That's probably part of the reason that you believe Arizona Sunshine 2 is going to pull off what they're showing in the trailers, because the graphics
in this are pretty damn good.
Yeah, Vertigo knows what they're doing.
And what they're really good at is not just the graphics, but in setting the tone for their games. You know, Arizona Sunshine, After the Fall. I mean, two totally different feeling worlds, even if it's like similar gameplay per se. But they're really good at setting that overall tone. And this one, I thought I was going to be scared, like just
because it has like a Haunted Mansion vibe to it.
Yeah, there's a whole story.
Yeah, well,
and you know what? Right from the get-go with the story, it's good.
Well,
it's not like, oh, dude, around the like 15-minute mark, you'll really no. From the get-go, you're like, huh? Interesting. I want to know more, and you will. And they use live, which I typically hate. You know, a real
actor,
videoed human being,
but
putting it in a game.
It's integrated very well.
Yeah, they do it brilliantly. So if you try to get too close to it, to like, you know, can I look around this? It disappears because
of the way that they do it in the game.
Yes, they have a specific reason why they do it that way. But from a development sense, there's a specific reason why. So they made it work brilliantly. And I haven't been upset about any of the video scenes I've seen, because they're integrated into the story. You're still there. It's like,
and The Seventh Guest was a game that came out 30 years ago. So it's got a cult following. You know, I never encountered The Seventh Guest, the original one.
I don't remember it.
But check this. So this VR version of it came out on the 30th anniversary of the original release, and the game is $30. They're really emphasizing
it's the 30 for 30.
Yeah. So,
but so far, I recommend it. I mean, I wouldn't actually. I shouldn't say that because I have not finished it.
Yeah. No, nothing you said is inaccurate. You said so far.
Yeah, so far based. No. Then you're right. Because so far, based on what I put into it so far, it's exceeded what I thought it was going to be, and
we've talked to some other people. I'm
excited for it.
We've talked to other people that are loving it too, so it's not just you. And you didn't have the same nostalgic experience with the original.
No.
So it's not even like
Definitely
you're just loving it because, oh my God, it's my favorite series. Now it's in VR.
30 years ago? Jesus, when was that? I was probably like really into, was that the 90s? Jesus. So I'm thinking racing games. I was probably doing a lot of racing games. I don't think I was probably in a Counter-Strike later in the 90s.
I don't really remember you playing PC puzzle games.
No, dude, I was in
that was like not your niche.
No, definitely like the Command and Conquer,
real-time strategy,
Red Alert, Red Alert 2.
So I can't imagine
Yuri's Revenge.
But it shows you the difference in games that you're interested in VR. I never liked puzzle games as flat screen, but in VR, I love them.
Think about it. It's stupid. You're either moving your keyboard or if you have a gamepad, but either way, you got to move the thing and grab it and then do puzzle games. And just
in VR, it works so good. They're some of my favorite. You look at,
dude, you solved the puzzle with your
Expect
freaking
You to Die
paws, man.
series, Red Matter 2. And now, hopefully, the 7th guest, we can talk about it up there as well. So that was a really good release
I'm excited
that came out last week. Yeah, I'm excited to review that one too. We'll do one more, and then we'll take an ad break. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. And we, like I said, we don't have the most amount of stuff to talk about, so it's better to do it earlier rather than later.
Okay.
But a game that is actually getting a lot of love in our Discord, even Coastermania. It's a mixed reality track building game, like roller coaster building game. It's
you can ride after you build it.
Yeah, you can ride it, but I saw a lot of people. Not a lot of people. There were a couple people in our Discord who were like, I really wish that you could use the first person riding mode in mixed reality, but it's a tough thing technically, like to do technologically, because of the way, the Quest scans the room and saves the info. But the developer, he put out an update. He's doing his freaking best with it. You can now build the track in mixed reality, and then you can go to ride it in first person mixed reality. But because it would need to like enlarge your room, and the Quest 3, when it scans your room, it saves the shape of it, all the outlines where everything is, but it doesn't save the textures of it. So to do that it's not something that the hardware can even
It would
do.
look like shit.
Yeah, I don't know what workarounds, if any. That's not my expertise. But so the way it works now is if you go to do first,
there is a workaround.
What he did.
Yeah. He was like, this is the workaround.
Yeah. So now you go to ride first person in mixed reality, and it puts like a green and brown terrain texture over the
grass.
but it's still like the outline of your actual room. And now you can have
I can't see anybody getting upset about this.
No, it works. It works, and it's not his fault.
What would be even the complaint? You gave me everything but my floor.
It works. It works pretty good. I'll give them credit. The game, they're updating. It's wicked cool to see. They even added a puzzle mode into it that I have no idea how that works. Yeah, I got to go check that out myself, but I'm super curious about it. Puzzle mode, dude, in Coastermania. That sounds cool.
No, I'm excited to play it. I really am.
It's cool. The developers, they're putting out updates. They're hard at work. The game's getting better and better. So if you've enjoyed the game already, you've been waiting for the mixed reality updates, boom, there you go. And you got a puzzle mode. So we'll take an ad break in just a moment. A message from the sponsors, help keep the lights on. We got a new camera the other week. Hey, the money comes from somewhere, right? Including the Patreon people. So we always like to give a shout out to the people on our on-air shout out tier on Patreon, which I would also like to announce that we're like one tier of monetized on YouTube. Woo!
Yay.
There's kind of two different tiers of monetizing on YouTube. The first tier is you just get access to what they call super thanks or super like, something like that, where people can send these special emoji stickers in live chats on YouTube live videos. And then they also have you able to do monthly memberships on YouTube. So I'm like, what's that mean? So it's basically like a YouTube Patreon.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's like people can subscribe monthly for different perks. So what I did is I took the same exact tiers that are on Patreon and I added them additionally, the same cost, same benefits onto YouTube. So now if you don't like to use Patreon for whatever reason, and we still have the Patreon as well, but if you're on YouTube, you want to become a YouTube member instead, it comes with all the same perks as our Patreon does, with all the same different tiers, on-air shout-outs, name on your ticker, access to an exclusive Patreon-only chat in our Discord server, all that stuff. So that's now available directly through YouTube as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Next step is ads on the video. Woo.
Yeah, that nothing gets people more excited than talking about putting ads on a video.
People love
as we roll into an ad.
Yes, exactly. But as always, huge shout out to our Patreon peeps. Asim, Amelia, Crispy, Shoes, Earth Witness, and Jake. Thank you all for your continued monthly support. And yeah, we do have some other Patreon peeps not on the on-air shout-out tier. And if you want to join the on-air shout-out tier, but you don't want your name said, you want your pet's name said or some other name
We've
said.
gone down this road before. It's
yes,
dangerous.
yes. Siberian Thunder. We'll stop there. But we've had some fun on past episodes with that. So again, I can't thank you enough to our Patreon peeps on whatever tier you're on. Also, to just the people that listen and watch every week.
Oh, yeah.
our Discord server. If you're not in that yet, go join that. The link for that and our Patreon link, it's in our show notes. That's like the episode description. So you click that, boom, you can find the Discord link. If you don't know what Discord is, you wouldn't be the first person to join and figure it out on the fly, including myself. It took me a while to.
And you don't have to join. I'm happy with, the sheer listener support. So
yeah, definitely not everybody that listens.
every level of it is I'm grateful for.
We've talked about this before. Imagine the people that are going in the Discord. Those are like, for one, the more tech savvy listener. For one, they're
just
like
levels to
hardcore.
shit,
I'm sure there's some people they only listen to interviews. Some people they only listen to news. I get it. Different listening styles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, thank you to everyone that listens every week. Thank you to our Patreon peeps. Thank you to the people in our Discord server. Help make that place a great, vibrant community. Our mods crush it with in-game meetups. You had commented last week that you almost wanted to go in there and.
Hey, I think I'm going to randomly do that.
And instantly people heard the episode and they were like, hey, dude, next time do it.
Amelia is quick to educate me how to do it.
And then Chadwick is like,
how you could do it.
I would have joined.
No, I just might start picking random co-op shit and just be like, but with no pre-plan, I don't have
that type of schedule. I get it.
I can't right now.
I get it. Hopefully
Especially
one day, but
now.
not now. But nonetheless, so yeah, go join the Discord, game meetups, VR discussion, all that
fun
stuff.
place.
Thank you to all the listeners, and we'll be back with you in just a moment after a word from our sponsors.
We're brought to you today by Manscaped, who has taken a step up from Balloween to bring your face the cleanest shave it's ever seen. So this season, no need to toil and trouble. Manscaped's all-new Handyman is the best way to get rid of that stubble. Featuring a compact design and next-gen skin-safe technology, the Handyman was designed to give you that smooth finish without the mess of a traditional shave. Get the sweetest treat this Halloween by going to manscaped.com and use the code word RuffTalkVR for 20% off plus free shipping. It may be spooky season, but you don't want to scare people away with a scraggly beard. Give them something to look at with Manscaped's Handyman. Are you tired of a bad razor making your neck look like a scary movie? With the Handyman's skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, you can finally feel confident when going for that close shave. For wet or dry use, feel free to bring this anywhere and everywhere. The compact design and airplane friendliness make this the perfect travel tool for on the go. And being able to shave up to 3 days growth without the mess of a wet shave is priceless. And for my wolfmen with a little more scruff, Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro Kit has everything you need to tame your mane. This cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard. So no more drawers full of extra add-ons and collecting cobwebs. That's right, your Halloween costumes may take effort, but beard grooming doesn't need to. When you can get 20 different beard lengths in just one guard. The Beard Hedger is a high-tech piece of art in a travel-sized package with a long-lasting battery, universal charging, and a strong motor. There's no trick with this treat. Manscaped has you covered. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code RuffTalkVR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use the code word RuffTalkVR. For a look as sweet as candy, get yourself the Handyman from Manscaped.
And we are back. And we're also doing a gaming showcase in February. So if you're a developer studio and you want to get on that, go visit the link in our show notes. February 2nd. It's a Friday.
Yeah. Couple more months for
till trailer deadline is. So
well, you could get cut off before then as well.
Yeah, so definitely if you're interested, go visit the link there. Go fill out the form to get on our showcase. We'd love to show as many games as we can. Emphasis on as we can. But back to the news. I'll go quick on this one.
Yeah, the amount of people submitting does not dictate the length of a showcase. It's kind of we're not trying to kill people with
5-hour marathon. We have a very reasonable, time.
Yeah,
of like a minute a max. We've set internally.
We'll just different studios, different strokes.
But nonetheless, so back to the news. I'll go quick on this one because it's more of a PC VR thing. We're standalone VR people, but can't ignore the PC VR people either. But for SteamVR users, it's been rumored and anticipated a SteamVR 2.0 launch for a while, and it's just never come. The previous version of SteamVR 1.0, had the bare minimum of Steam features, and 2.0 is going to have all of the features of regular Steam. And then out of nowhere, it came out in beta maybe like a month ago. And now SteamVR 2 is out publicly on its full release.
Yay.
So people that use Steam for PC VR, which is, say, the majority of PC VR users, they're in for a much better just user interface experience. So that's really cool. Again, I'm not a heavy enough PC VR user to say, oh,
Heavy
it's so
enough
good.
for it all.
Yeah. It's so cool to have this, and this. So I'd love to hear from people in the comments or on our Discord.
How it's been working.
Yeah. What do you like about the new SteamVR 2.0? Does it affect you? How does it affect you? You can comment that. We have like an episode discussion channel in our Discord, or you can do it in the YouTube comments.
Probably running pretty damn good.
Yeah. Or maybe somebody goes, man, I didn't even notice. Let's see. I doubt that's the case though. But huge props to Valve for releasing SteamVR 2.0. Much anticipated. Another game, I'll go fast on this one too, because this one's an educational game targeted to kids, so it's not too much our cup of tea, but it's called Out of Scale, a name that I'm not going to pronounce. It's made by Shell Game. Remember, I tried to pronounce it the other week, and somebody went into the comments and luckily explained to us how to pronounce it, but I'm not going to find that and butcher that right now. It was like a Kyrgyzstan event. Made by Shell Games.
I'm not saying it.
You don't want to try?
They should give it to you for free
Let me
if you
pull
want.
it up. Let me pull it up. I'll
They
find
should
the
give
name
you
again
this
of
game
it.
for free if you can say it.
I think it's German is what the guy
Like
said.
to anybody, you just pick up the phone and call and say the magic word and poof, it shows up in your library.
Okay, here it is. Out of Scale, a Kyrgyzstan adventure.
Why didn't you pull up the dude who corrected how to say it?
Because then I got to remember what episode that was.
Oh, touche.
Let me go through all the YouTube the news in the last 2 months.
No.
I should have pre-found it.
Either way, the game name that neither one of us can say intelligent, which is fucked up because we got German in her.
Yeah, Out of Scale, a Kyrgyzstan. It's the G right before the T at the very end that throws me off, my man. But nonetheless, Out of Scale.
There was a VR learning program.
Yeah, who would have thought, lesson 1 should be how to pronounce it. But that's officially out. It's an educational journey. It teaches you science on the Quest, which is cool.
I know it's a kid's game.
I
know
might
we
have to still check it out.
I said I'd be willing to check it out just because
I might still have to.
I'd like to see what it is that they're bringing to the table educationally. If it's an education, and if it's labeled as educational game, then I don't care if it's geared towards kids, as long as I don't have to deal with a lobby of them.
Mm-hmm. And
but if it's me and Professor Banana or whatever doing.
And it sounds cool. It's like joined by the lab AI's assistant, Steve, in all capital letters. Out of Scale aims to demonstrate the effects of biology, physics, and chemistry across each realm. Players will utilize drones, scan arrays,
subjects.
And a multitude of those devil topics, and a multitude of other lab tools and gadgets to wind their way through several missions.
Oh, that Baptist church is going to be protesting.
And it's going to support mixed reality through a sandbox mode.
Nope. I admittingly would like to try it just to know the experience from the.
Yeah,
let's see if I learn something. I'm sure I don't know shit.
Maybe I'm making up that it's targeted towards kids. That was the vibe I got. At the very least, but
there's an easy way to figure it out.
We got to go in. It's made by Shell.
You just
made in partnership with Shell Games.
Look at the age rating on it. If it's the age rating's the minimum, then you know that people
if it says
younger
10 years
than that
old?
it's like, come on, man.
But
if it's the bare minimum of what Meta says you can.
Hey, huge props to them for getting us interested in going into an educational VR app.
I'm all down to learn science, man. I used to have the big science kits when I was a kid. They would sell this shit in the 70s, like 100 different science experiments, and there was chemicals involved, man. Literally.
A little bit of radiation.
Oh, anyone who had one back in the 70s, I promise you, remembers that. I mean, you could probably theoretically do a lot of damage with the shit that they would sell.
a little bit of mercury.
Fucking beakers and shit you could heat up and mix these two chemicals for a chemical reaction, but don't breathe it in because you'll get really sick. But they'd give them to kids and you'd have a whole booklet of all these, mix this exact amount of this chemical with that chemical and you create this reaction. And it wasn't like mixing baking soda and vinegar to make a volcano either. It was like some of this shit's pretty destructive.
And the game came out October 26th. It's $14.99 on the MetaQuest store. It was actually published by Meta, but made by Shell Games and in a partnership with, listen to the studio name, In a Nutshell, Kyrgyzstan, if I'm pronouncing right. But I'll check this one out. It's just funny, the pronunciation. As soon as
was there an age rating?
Oh shit! That was what I was going in to check.
Yeah, I already knew Shell was involved. I want to know the age rating on it because maybe it's 17 plus.
I don't even know where I find that. It's rated E for everyone. That's not where though.
You know what? I hate when you watch games. Peggy 6, Peggy 12. You see it on a lot of trailers. Oh, it drives me crazy.
I don't think I'm going to see the age rating.
All right. So regardless, you learn some science. If you get to conduct experiments, I'm all friggin' for it, because what better way an area to conduct a science experiment, especially if it goes bad, than in VR. So if you really think about it from even like a highly educated, standpoint, if you're able to mix compounds together and get what would happen in real life results, then damn, man.
Yeah,
there's some potential value there.
Yeah, I'm curious about that for sure.
All right, let's do that. Let's try it.
And then I got to touch on this quick. The Quest is having a Halloween sale, but it's ending very soon. It's ending October 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So
I wonder how many douchebags wait till the 11:59 mark in 58 seconds.
So there's a bunch of games on sale on the Quest store, but you only got a couple more days left up to it, and they go up to like 40% off.
Well, if you're hearing this, you got
a couple days,
24 hours.
Yeah, so get on that. Get your wallet out.
Mm-hmm.
Paydays.
Still, nothing beats a Steam sale.
Yeah, Steam sales like the summer sales. I wish Meta went like that.
You spend $100 on their summer sale, you're gonna fill.
Can I have actually a little rant for you? I think it's a little weird to have a Halloween game sale that runs a week before Halloween and ends at the very end of Halloween. It should run a couple days after.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels weird. It's over on
Halloween's
Halloween.
over. Yeah, man. When Halloween's over, so is the sale.
Yeah.
They could do the same thing
sale
for Christmas and end it. Boom. Christmas is over. The second Christmas is over.
Yeah, but you think you got all those people pulling out headsets? You want that going at least till December 31st.
Yeah, well, the Christmas one's weird because people open their presents on Christmas.
Or, so it's hard to
or
stop
even
the sale
even
that
the other
day.
holidays. It's all around that same time.
Yeah.
So you'd have to run it to New Year's.
That's why I say
and run it from Christmas to New Year's.
But nonetheless, for another day or so, there is a Quest sale going on right now. Get your apps.
Spooktacular
Up to
deals.
40%. It has to be at least more than 25% for a sale to beat the referral code program. That I imagine they've got to nix eventually.
Sometimes that referral code is a lot better than the percentage.
Sometimes that's the tough part, man.
Yeah.
I not the most thought out program in that regard. 25% is a hefty discount.
Keep your mouth shut, man. What are you fucking doing? You can try to get it ruined.
Oh, man.
Dude, that 25% makes a world of difference for some people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Hell
especially as these games get more.
Hell yeah.
Spend $60 on a game and then check this out. You spend $60 on the game, but you can save everyone else the 25% off of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
$15. That's significant. Knocking down to $45.
Go
per
run in
head.
your
No, I
mouth.
get
They're
it.
going to drop it to like fucking 12%.
And then one more game coming, a couple of weeks in November, on November 9th, that we didn't talk about last week, but I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Demeo Battles is coming out November 9th. Man, that's going to be such a good game. I'm excited.
Don't have to say you had me at Demeo.
Yeah, and I know that there's some people that are still bitter that it's its own title, and they're like, "Oh, it was supposed
It has
to be."
to be though.
I don't want them to mess with the core Demeo game.
No, let them keep doing they're doing fine.
Yeah, 100. I agree.
Do you want the franchise to continue or do you want it to stop and be stagnant? The only way to do that is to do what they're doing. And they're keeping to the franchise.
And do you remember when Demeo launched, it had one map? Yeah. Look at the amount of content that's in Demeo. Mixed reality modes, too. The Heroes Hangout. I get why they made a spin-off. So I'm not bitter about that. I'm just excited for it. comes out November 9th. Demeo was our first ever
All your
episode.
favorite characters.
Yeah, Demeo was our first ever episode of Ruff Talk VR, so it's only fitting for
It's got
us.
a special place in the heart right here, you know?
We got to check out Demeo Battles, so I'm excited for that. The make it or break it for us is how well, or if even, 2v2 versus 1v1 or every person for themselves. I keep saying if there's 2v2, me and you are taking over the leaderboard. I'll enter tournaments. I like our play style, especially if we were on like the Guardian and the Archer, like we do on.
Why don't you just keep talking there? Yeah.
What?
Tell
So
everybody
people
how
have a
you
game
play.
plan.
You're talking about running tournaments.
So I actually use the Bard, and I actually, but I'm excited for Demeo Battles, so that'll definitely be a good Discord night one too. Get a little mini tournament set up or something like that. Battle of the Champions.
Yeah,
Demeo
it'll be
it'll be a good one. November 9th, coming quick. So November's
couple weeks.
November's are gonna be up there with that February, March era of 2023 where we had Barbaria, the Light Brigade, Ghost of Tabor.
It's a remember to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. November's intense. And then, like I said, December getting Asgard's Wrath too. Whew, this end of the year is intense. And I think that's it for like game apps and stuff like that. But they did tease that the Quest 3 Meta tease that the Quest 3 is going to be getting a YouTube chat overlay for if you're live streaming from your PC still, so you can't do it natively from the Quest headset yet.
Not standalone.
But you stream from the PC VR, and then you can cast from your computer, it seems, the
Into
live
your-
chat onto your screen, which we've streamed a couple times on our YouTube channel. And that would have been useful because I would look at my phone to read the chat, like through the bottom visor. So yeah, that's significant.
I got the poor man's workaround to that though.
What's that?
You just have somebody read you the chat while you're playing.
Correct. But then you need somebody to read you the chat while you're playing.
Yeah.
That's not always guaranteed. Usually if I'm live
I'm
streaming,
just
it's because
saying,
I'm home alone.
you got to do what you got to do.
So
It means looking through the nose hole.
the feature's in beta right now. You have to like apply for it on a Google forum, but it's coming soon in version 59. So that's going to be.
Yeah, it seems like Meta itself too is really trying to make it easier to get the streaming available to people.
The real one is going to be when you can just natively go to YouTube from the headset. Right now, they brought it back. They took it away for a while, but you can go to Facebook live stream from your headset. But the day you can just go to YouTube,
That'd be pretty huge.
that's huge. And there's some like software.
There's gonna be a lot of shitty content coming.
There's some good Twitter follows on Twitter. Some good follows on Twitter.
X.
X. Oh my goodness. For
Jesus, man.
no,
Guy buys the company, changes it to X. It's X.
no, it's still Twitter.
Be a
But
dick
nonetheless,
and call it 10.
tweets. I
It's
don't
10.
I don't send X's.
It's 10.
Circles, squares. But nonetheless, what I call software sleuths. An update comes out, they look through all the lines of code and they go, that's not out yet, but that looks like it's for something coming soon. So there's been some whispers from those people of some code indicating like going natively from YouTube, but nothing confirmed. Going natively to YouTube for live streaming, but nothing confirmed. But a live chat overlay running while you're in game, plus the ability to go native from the headset, will be like an absolute game changer for content creation on the Quest headset. So last piece of news, it's pretty cool stuff. The NBA announced that they're going to be streaming 52 basketball games from the NBA for free this season onto the Quest through the Xstadium app, which is an existing app that allows you to view NASCAR games, some MMA fights on UFC Fight Pass. So that's cool.
I think we were saying when we tried it originally that the only thing missing is some better. Doesn't the NBA still do their like NBA Game Pass and shit?
I think so, but this is for free,
subscription?
so no
Yeah.
additional cost. You get 52 games this season for free, 180-degree VR footage, so you can't see behind you, only
Dude,
front, left, and right.
Sit
But
courtside, dude.
that's pretty significant. So
And if you're able to change seats,
Mhm.
would be cool. I'm hoping it's, we're talking NBA here. So they have the technology. They've always had better cameras. And when sometimes you look at these 360 view things and it looks like you're looking out of a fishbowl.
all pixelated. And
If it's that,
I'm hoping with the Quest 3 lenses too, it'll be even better. And you can use Stadium to hang out with people, spatial presence. Like you can watch it together with friends too. So
I did. I really liked the car racing that I saw. Was probably the coolest I've seen, because you could go to areas of the track you could never go as a spectator. Be like, holy shit, dude!
No, wicked cool stuff. So that's a huge one from
I'm not
the
really
NBA.
into basketball, but I'll check it out for sure.
You say for free. I'll probably go check it out. 52 of them this year, so I only gotta check out a couple.
Check out one.
So the full, and it starts already. There was one October 25th, one October 28th, October 30th, November 3rd, November 6th, November 10th, all the way until April 12th will be the last one. So pretty regularly.
So they're making a full season out of it.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's different teams, different games, different times. So cool stuff. That's huge from the NBA.
I just picture some dude with the headset on, pounding down the beers, getting real fucking torqued up, standing up in the room. Yeah, man.
No, that'll be cool. So huge stuff to both.
I can't wait
the
till
NBA
sitcoms become like a mixed reality experience.
and X Stadium, man. They keep getting more content.
Yeah, they were cool. They put it out. They gave you some pretty limited shit, but it sounds like, you're getting the NBA.
Yeah, that's significant.
Others will follow.
That's a pretty big name right there. So
yeah,
cool stuff from there.
Cheaper than ringside seats or courtside seats.
Absolutely. So that about wraps this baby up. Anything else you want to go over with news that we missed or anything like that?
I just know our luck is
something
major will
going to
happen
come out tomorrow. Yeah.
8 a.m. Something will drop. No. There's just so much to do.
Oh yeah, so much to talk. So good stuff today. But I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars. Subscribe to us on YouTube, your favorite podcast platform, all that stuff. And we'll check you out Wednesday with a pretty fun interview.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.